Everybody is born with a little something extra, and sometimes they just have to find it. A little something extra is that superpower that every single one of us has inside that motivates us and drives our passion and makes us do the things that we do.
We're all on the same team. Let's think about how we can make that team as inclusive as we can.
For those of you listening to our podcast right now, you can also check out our video podcast at alittlesomethingextrapodcast.org.
Welcome back to A Little Something Extra with Nessie Gianni and the host, the DJ. And my other co-host, Franco Gianni.
Oh, thank you for introducing me today.
And
Yes.
we're here with Andrew and David.
Yes, we have two great guests today. I'm really excited to be able to talk with our guests today with Andrew and David. So we are joined by David and Andrew Olshine. So they're a father-son duo here to share an incredible story of strength and perseverance while also promoting their new book, Fearless as a Honey Badger and Brave as a Wolverine.
I like
So
it.
Andrew loves God, his family, reading, people, and working on his laptop. Andrew is an animal expert, a devout Christian, a college student, and a Special Olympics swimmer, paddleboarder, and tennis player.
Nice.
His father, Dr. David Olshine, is an author of 16 books, including The Mystery of Silence, Making Sense of Life When God Seems Absent. Dad is a director and professor of youth ministry, family and culture at Columbia International University, and he is a founder of the Youth Ministry Coaches. So David speaks all around the country to youth workers, and parents of teens. So we got an incredible group here today. So welcome, guys, to the show.
Wow.
Thank you. So good to be with you three.
Wow. We are really blessed to have you. You're like my brother from another mother, all the stuff you're doing out there, and I love it.
Thank you. Well, we thank God for the opportunity to impact people's lives one at a time.
Absolutely. Well, you're definitely doing it. So tell us a little bit. I mean, I read your bios, but can you guys share your story? Tell us a little about yourselves.
Sure, you want to start?
You go first.
Me go first. Okay, so I'm married to Rhonda. We've got two kids, great kids. Rachel, who is also a professor like me. They live in Texas.
Okay.
And they have two little ones, Miles and Noah. And Andrew is our second born. He's our surprise baby. We went through 15 years of wanting another child. We were told we probably would never get pregnant. And so at about age 10, we just prayed for God's peace, like, Lord, whatever you wanted to do with our lives. If Rachel's our only child, we'll just celebrate it.
Absolutely.
And then when Rachel was 16 or 17, my wife said she felt like we might have another baby, and she was right. And so Andrew came along, and about 12 hours after he was born, they said he might have Down syndrome, and I did not know what that meant. And so it was a kind of a rough 40 days, kind of thinking the worst, but I remember thinking, I had this thought like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do with this kid. And then after about 40 days, it was like, I can't imagine my life without him. And he is just, he's changed my life. He's changed Rhonda's life. He's changed Rachel's life. And he's just so much fun to have around. We'll keep him. He's a keeper.
Yeah. That is awesome.
And so what do you want to tell them a little bit about you real quick?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, my dad just said I have Down syndrome. It does not define me.
It doesn't
Not
define you.
define you.
No.
Absolutely not, brother.
I read a devotion. I read
Nice.
devotion from a youth group at Mount Horeb
Mount Horeb Church.
on
Okay.
Tuesdays.
Mhm.
And then on Thursdays, I usually go to CRU with my dad. I attend one of his classes, and we had great lunch.
Wow.
What do you have for lunch?
I usually do kinds of things. First, I like pizza. I love pizza.
I love pizza, brother. I love pizza.
And Chicago is known for good pizza.
Uh-huh. And also I had the burger,
Hamburger.
cheeseburger.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
One of
my
them was
favorite
a
eat.
turkey. One of them was a turkey cheese sandwich.
I like that too.
And one day I had a quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
Oh, wow,
she
you like
loves
knocked
the
out all
I
our
do
favorites.
love quesadillas. Yes. We should eat together sometime. Let's do lunch, Andrew.
He goes to school with me every Thursday, except today. And he sits in all my classes and he contributes greatly. And
That's
the students love him and he loves them.
That is fantastic. Where are you guys at? What state are you guys in?
Columbia, South Carolina. We're in the capital of South Carolina.
Oh, got it. All
Fantastic.
right.
That's awesome. Well, I'm sure you're inspiring people every single day, Andrew, especially in
Well,
those
thank
youth
you.
groups.
Well, we're trying. We're trying one person at a time.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Absolutely.
So after Andrew's birth, we learned to navigate Down syndrome, and we got into the Special Olympics world. And we realized when Andrew was about 3 or 4 years old that there's two things he loved. And can you tell him the two favorite things you love?
What? Oh, swimming
Swimming.
and
tennis.
tennis.
Oh, nice.
And then when he started to read, we weren't sure if he would be able to read. Well, he became a voracious reader, and
Fantastic.
he's an expert on one of God's creations. What is that? Animals.
Oh,
That's right.
nice.
Andrew has probably about 600 books on animals.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my gosh, you got quite the library. That's
Tell
amazing.
him your favorite animals.
Okay, well, my first book, we mentioned sharks,
Ooh.
lions, honey badgers, and wolverines.
Ooh.
And tell him what you like about a honey badger.
They're fearless.
Fearless. And what about Wolverine?
They're brave.
Brave.
Ah.
I think that makes sense. It's pretty defining of who you are.
So in 2022, on May 30th, Andrew woke up and he told my wife, "I can't move. My legs aren't working." And so long story short, he had to kind of shuffle himself down the steps. We put him in the car. Our pediatrician was on call that weekend. We met him downtown, and within probably a couple of minutes, our doctor Whitaker said, "I bet he has Gulliane Barre Syndrome." Well, Rhonda had heard of it. I did not. Long story short, we spent about 32 days in the hospital. It's a very rare virus. It has nothing to do with Down syndrome.
Right.
It just kind of it sort of selectively picks people.
Yeah.
And they infuse you with some medicine, and along with that, and prayer and just a lot of support, physical therapists. We spent 22 days in the Charlotte, North Carolina hospital, and after 30 days, he learned to walk again. He had to relearn how to walk.
Wow.
And the physical therapist here in Columbia said, in her 30 years of being a PT, she'd never seen anyone get healed of it that quickly.
Oh my
So he's
goodness.
really a miracle baby, and he was so brave. And that's what prompted him to say to me one day, "Dad, I want to write a book." And I said, "What about?" And he said, "Honey badgers."
Actually, is fearless as a honey badger, brave like a wolverine,
And what's our subtitle?
living with Down syndrome, loving animals, learning courage.
So we got the three L's: living with Down syndrome, loving animals, learning courage. And so our book will hit the waves probably about April the 7th.
Oh, wow.
It's available to pre-order now
Excellent.
at www. Help me out.
All right, www.fearlessandbravebook.com.
Fearlessandbravebook.com.
That is
Amazing.
fantastic. That is the perfect name. And
Yeah.
it sounds like that was you, brother. That was you, Andrew, right?
And guess what, Gigi?
What?
We have 57 pictures of animals in the book.
And also we got
So it's like a little National Geographic book with spiritual devotions, quotes from
movies.
Movies.
But I love Disney movies.
He loves Disney movies.
Me too.
Me too.
So we got about 20 quotes from Disney movies, including Princess Bride.
Oh, love
What?
that.
Fantastic.
What movies pictures you have?
Which movies are you
What
featuring
movies
in
did
there?
we use? We've got Lion King,
Okay.
19,
Classic.
Nine
Amazing.
Guard,
Vanguard.
Wildcraft.
Nice.
Wow, you got some good
Wildcraft.
ones.
It's on previouskids.org.
Ah,
It's morning Chris Pratt. He wears blue and green shirts.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Wild Kratts?
I
no.
have not.
Wild K. It's called Wild Kratts. Mhm.
WILDKRATTS.
Yeah, they're called the Krat
Krats.
brothers,
Ah.
and they're sort of like
I think
they're animal experts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's on
Gotcha.
PBS
PBS?
Kids. It's
yeah,
a pretty
previous
popular show.
kid.
Very
we'll
cool.
check it out. That's very cool. So tell me, so in writing this book, by being able to feature the animals and being able to feature these different quotes in it, how did you guys put this whole thing together? Like, what was it like writing this book?
Yeah,
as
what
a
was the
team?
process?
You want to tell them?
Yeah, because on Book of Guinness World Records that honeybees is the most fearless animals.
They absolutely
On
are.
Guinness Book of World Records, and I know why wolves are brave because they really take on larger predators like wolves and grizzly bears,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and that's a sign of bravery.
They'll even
We
fight
started
lions. It's
thinking.
crazy.
We started thinking after Gulliane Barre. We started thinking that the number 1, 2, and 3 problems, even with young people, even as young as 7 or 8 years old, is fear, worry, and anxiety.
Yeah.
And so Andrew, the process was he came up with the outline, and of course I helped tweak it, but he started thinking of all the fears that people have. And so we have a chapter on
I think it's on.
long airline flights
Oh.
or
There you go.
fear of storms. And then
There
we
you
started
go.
interviewing people at our gym and at our college. We interviewed about 150 people, and we asked people to name their fears. And it was anything from water to drowning to
To animals,
Yeah.
to fear of rats,
And-
fear
That's
of
my
mice.
biggest fear.
and then even more strange ones like garden gnomes.
Yeah, garden
Garden
gnomes.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
That's an interesting one, but sure. People
So
have lots of
Andrew
fears.
came up with all the outline, and then we started thinking, well, we want to do 100 little short book chapters, but we ended up nailing it down to 50.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So the book is 275 pages.
Wow.
It's a short little spiritual, faith-filled devotionals, and at the end it's got a takeaway and a question, a prayer, and a scripture, and a movie quote.
Whoa. I
And
love it.
we will make sure that you guys get a couple copies.
But
Yeah,
what a
we'd love to
fantastic,
see
thank
it.
you. What a fantastic mixture of subjects. I love that.
And Andrew came up with all these funny fears that are actually real phobias. And then he did all the research of what's a phobia of, like public speaking,
Yeah.
or fear of going on an amusement park ride. Things that
Wow.
are really common that nobody ever talks about.
Right.
Yeah. Just day-to-day fears. Yeah, for sure.
What's Gigi, do you have a fear?
What are you afraid of?
So yeah, what's your biggest fear, Gigi?
My biggest fears is I'm afraid of storms.
She's afraid of storms.
Storms. Andrew doesn't
Me
like
too.
storms
Me
either.
too.
How about Mama?
You afraid of me?
No.
What, Mom? What do
fears?
you have a fear?
Oh, well, before I started Gigi's Playhouse, I had two very big fears, and one was public speaking, and the other one was flying. And that's where God has a personality, because those are the two things I have to do every day with Gigi's Playhouse. I mean, we're opening actually our 59th location next week in Las Vegas. So I'm
Wonderful.
yeah, amazing. So yeah, I've been blessed.
Charleston, too.
And
Oh,
what?
yeah, that one's later down
Charleston.
the line. Yeah.
Charleston. We'll be in Charleston next week for an event, but then we go on
Well,
to
that's
Las
close
Vegas.
to us. That's
Right.
close to us.
Oh, very cool. Oh, we're
An hour
opening
and a
in
half.
Charleston.
We're
Okay.
also gonna be down there next week.
We're opening a location in Charleston. I think they're going to open this fall. So maybe we'll see you at the opening. We'll let you
That
guys
would be
know.
great. And what's Franco? What's your? Do you have any fears?
I do. Mine aren't as like Gigi with storms or like flying. Mine is my biggest fear for sure is rats, which is ironic
Yeah,
because
we
I
don't
live in downtown
don't
Chicago,
like-
which
don't
is
like
the
rats.
rattiest city in America.
Don't like rats.
And I see them every day, and they scare the daylights out of me. You can ask my girlfriend; she's heard my shrieks. And then another kind of ironic one is I have a pretty big fear of open water. I'm a good swimmer, and my favorite thing to do is fishing. But yet, being in an open body of water with not being able to see the bottom is a huge fear of mine. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Wow, that
Two-
is I never knew that.
I never knew that you had a fear of.
Yeah,
Well,
and
why
it's-
you've wanted to scuba dive? You've snorkeled.
I've always everything that I'm really impassioned about wanting to do is pretty much in combat of that fear. So yeah, I have a
Speaking
big,
of that,
I'm
do you
like
know
you.
what
I'm a
the
huge
number
animal
one
lover, Andrew.
fear that we interviewed was drowning.
Drowning.
Wow.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I could totally
Wow.
understand that one. And mine is completely it's so irrational because it's not the drowning issue. It's the idea of not knowing what's beneath me. And that's kind of a weird underlying fear, but I've always wanted to combat it by learning scuba diving, snorkeling, all that. Because like you, Andrew, I'm a huge animal lover.
Yes, he wanted to be
And
when
my
he was
fa-
little. Wanted to be a marine biologist, and now
Yeah,
you.
ironically enough.
That's you probably looked up too much stuff,
much
and now
stuff.
you're afraid
Yeah.
of what's lurking under that water.
I know too much. That's the problem.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite animal?
What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is orcas, killer whales.
Oh wow!
I think they're pretty cool. They're like the wolves of the sea. I think they're very, very cool.
What's your favorite animal?
Oh, I like my first favorite animal. I like sharks, but
Sharks.
also like lions, honey badgers, and wolverines.
Yeah, well, because those are all very brave animals. That makes
Yes.
sense. You can relate.
Do you know what your mother's favorite animal is, Andrew?
Yeah. At first, she likes horses.
She likes horses.
Oh,
because
horses.
she's been watching a series on YouTube. It's a horse show. It's called Heartland.
Heartland.
Oh,
Nice.
cool!
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
horses.
It's a connection. It's a connection between people and horses.
And my wife is a bird nerd. She loves birds.
Me too. Me
And
too.
we have hundreds of different kinds of birds that come to our house.
That's fantastic.
She always feeds her birds a lot.
I do feed my birds a lot.
Nancy's a big bird.
I love
lady, too.
And
yes.
Gigi, do you have a favorite animal?
My favorite animal it's I like whales,
Whales.
dolphins,
Hmm.
and then dogs.
I figured
Nuts.
she would say dogs.
So we went to
This is probably
Alaska a
pretty
few
common.
years ago. We saw humpback whales.
Oh wow, cool.
And then this
Jealous.
last summer, Andrew and I were in Hilton Head, and we went on a dolphin search and saw a bunch of dolphins.
That is very
It was
cool.
it was very cool.
And also, by the way, we mentioned in my book that dolphins are considered brave animals because they've been rescuing people from shark attacks.
Ah, yes.
They do. They help people get away from your favorite animal.
Yes.
That's right.
Andrew,
Exactly.
Andrew, why is your favorite animal sharks? Why do you like them?
Well, I like sharks just because they're fierce.
Fierce.
And I think there are these two predators that can catch sharks. It's people like us,
Yep.
and your favorite is the orca because I just heard that orcas they be known to eat sharks.
They do.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
Orcas are the
Orcas
top
eat
predator of
sharks,
the
yeah.
whole ocean. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
cool. And I think that your favorite animal gets a bad rep. I think that people are there's all this big stigma behind sharks and them being dangerous and they're attacking people, but I think at the end of the day they're just misunderstood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
because
agree.
they misunderstood because they've been confused with seals and people because if you look of a people on a surfboard, which mistakes of a seal or a sea lion.
Yeah. You're spot on.
I don't
Yep.
like.
Exactly. They just
I-
get confused.
I don't like
It's all
sharks
accidental.
movies.
The shark movie scare
Yes,
you?
because
Yeah.
and that's what happened. The shark movies like Jaws ended up
Yeah.
freaking people out from
It's-
sharks.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Have you ever seen a movie called The Mag?
The Mag.
No.
Have you seen the match?
No,
I think
it's
so.
actually
It's about a megalodon shark.
It's actually
You've
a
talked about
movie
it,
of
Cheech.
based of a megalodon shark.
Yes, I know exactly
think
what you're
so, I
talking
did.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the megalodon that's
look-
living down like deep in the ocean, then ends up coming back up.
It's kind
It
of
starts causing
it's
all
kind
sorts of
of
havoc.
it's kind
I
of
think-
a little scary.
It is a little
bit.
scary.
A little scary.
I think we did not really answer your question. What was the process of writing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Started last April.
Okay.
It took us about 8 to 10 months to
Okay.
do it. We would write about 3 to 4 days a week.
Okay.
Oh,
And again, Andrew came up with all the outline, all the research,
awesome.
and then I was sort of the editor. I kind of put it together.
That's fantastic.
But it was a lot of fun.
What a blessing to be able to work with your son on writing a
Mhm.
book. And again, when you said in the beginning, you didn't really even know what Down syndrome was. Did you ever think you would be writing a book with your son who has Down syndrome, right?
No, well, my secretary, my administrative assistant, when Andrew was born, she said to me, Andrew was maybe a year. She said, I think someday you should write a book about Andrew.
Oh my goodness.
And so I did. I ended up. That was what the Mystery of Silence is a little bit about.
Yeah,
But the fact of him and I writing a book together, no, I never thought this in a million years. So it's
Yeah.
been very cool.
That's so cool. I was curious about your other books. What were the topics of your other books?
I have a lot of parenting books. I
Oh,
have some
nice.
Bible study books out there. I have a couple youth ministry books on how to do youth work in a church or parachurch. But Mystery of Silence it was about our 15-year wait for Andrew, and just piecing together, felt like God was really quiet. And then during the pandemic, I felt like again God was just very quiet. And so it's about was my struggle about if God is silent, maybe the key for me to actually hearing God's voice is for me to get silent. And so it's about being more contemplative. It's about the things that interrupt us from being quiet, how we love noise.
Yeah.
And so how worry distracts us, how stress distracts us, how uh, grief and loss get our attention and just sort of rattle us, that we really have trouble just being internally quiet. And I found that one of the secrets, if I, there's a verse that says, "Be still and know that I'm God." And I think that one of the keys in my faith journey is He's not going to outshout my noise. And
Oh,
so, as
wow.
much as I love college football, as much as I love NFL football, it does nothing for me spiritually. So, even though it's a nice diversion for me, I found out God will not outshout my noises. So I have to get on my deck. I have to get quiet, and that's one of the ways I have learned to listen to God better.
Wow. That's awesome. I mean, that was so well put. Wow. You got me thinking over here, brother. I probably need to get silent. There's always noise going on in this brain.
Yeah, most of us definitely true to calm the internal, not just the external, but the inside
Yeah.
noise.
Wow.
I'm writing a
Yeah, it's a
book too.
Oh yeah.
Are you
You
writing
could
You're writing a book too?
Yeah, it's called The DJ Way book.
Okay. And yep, the Gigi way is what it was called. And actually,
I
this is
love
really
that.
interesting. Dave, this was really interesting. So I knew, so we do at Gigi's, we do free one-on-one tutoring in literacy and math, speech therapy. We have all of our programs are free. So Gigi has been in our literacy program for years, and her tutor just keeps upping the game. And so they told me last year they were going to start to write a book. So I was like,
And we did.
I go, okay. So she asked me a few weeks ago, hey, can I sit down and show you Gigi's book? Now, I didn't know what to expect because it seems, that
she likes it.
I fell in love with it, actually.
I loved it. Sorry.
They
She
only
loved it.
meet once a week. And that's why I asked you about the process, because the process of how they did this over the last, well, it's probably been about a year and a half. They've been doing it for a while. And the way that they pulled it together, and her tutor was a teacher. She's now retired. And she was really looking for something in the schools for social emotional learning. And having a book by somebody with Down syndrome and just sharing their experiences is really what it's about. And then she also made it a rhyming book.
Yeah.
So for every story, every page, I should say, because every page, I don't think have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't got.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. But it's really about her own life and what. Talking about her extra chromosome is one of them. And then rhyming something to chromosome, which just makes it that fun little thing, but also educational. So it was really about social emotional learning, which I thought it was just going to be like a bunch of fun, silly stuff. I was blown away. So that's why I asked you about the process, because she's constantly surprising me. As I'm sure you've experienced that as well. I just was blown away at the thought process. I was blown away on the way she put things together and the way that she was trying to teach others in a really fun way. And I think it was really cool for that social emotional learning piece for schools.
Sure.
So it was just something I never expected her to do. I had no idea that's what it was going to be, and it's amazing. So I'm very proud of her.
Copy
love
for
that.
you.
Yes, we'll send you one
Yes.
as well. We'll do an exchange.
Yes.
A book
I love
exchange.
that. So yeah, Andrew is the master of researching.
I love that.
So if you just say, I need a Bible verse on fear, he will come up with it. I need you to find a Disney quote. And then he started to generate a lot of this on his own.
That's
In fact, he
awesome.
overwhelmed me with probably 30 texts a day.
Wow.
Dad, use this, put this in my book, add this to the book.
I
So
love it.
I'm really excited to read it.
and at the end, it got very intense because we almost had too much. We had to start to cut.
Yes.
But he's already got a plan for a second, a third, and a fourth
I
book.
was just gonna ask, you gonna be writing some
Mhm.
more? The first in the
Yeah,
series?
yeah. I think I would got on my phone.
Tell me your second book title.
I get
Oh, give me a little
3
glimpse.
book ideas from the second, third, and fourth.
Okay.
My second is fast as a cheetah, slow as a sloth.
Ooh, I
get
love
that?
it. Fast as a, yeah. Slow
Slow
as a.
What was the thought? Tell me your subtitle.
My subtitle is Living with Balance,
Living with Balance.
Loving God, Learning Patience.
Oh
Living
my
with Balance.
gosh.
Loving God, learning patience.
And my third book
Third book.
is Powerful as a ostrich, Persistent as a camel.
Oh my goodness.
Living with it's better to show you.
Yeah. I get you, brother. I hear you.
Wow.
I said,
You-
bro, let's just work on book 2 and not worry about 3 and 4.
I don't know, David. I love it.
He's
Self-fulfilled
looking down the-
prophecy.
Okay,
That's the way
here
I
we
live
go.
my life.
It says powerful as an ostrich, persistent like a camel. Living authority,
Living with authority.
loving people,
Loving people.
learning endurance.
Learning endurance.
And my last book is my favorite. It's my dad's favorite. It's unique as a giraffe, common like a dog, living with authority, loving guidance, learning protection.
Whoa. You
Wow.
guys, these are
I think
so
you guys are really on to something.
awesome.
Well, they're just such great life lessons that I think people need to people need to be thinking about more
Yes.
every day. And I
Well,
like the way
and
that
you know,
so-
we originally we found this shirt that says
I think we were in Cincinnati
Cincinnati.
at that time. He got me the shirt from web called Amazon.
Amazon.
It's actually a copyright of my first book.
Really?
My first book is Fearless as a Honey Badger, but it actually did change the word from as to like. So it says Fearless like the Honey Badger.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
the t-shirt
cool.
Fearless. The t-shirt says "Fearless like a honey badger." So we realized our book title couldn't say that; it was copyrighted. So we came up with "Fearless as a honey badger," and then Andrew thought, Wolverines are cool animals too. They're brave. So we thought the double animal title was much catchier.
Yes. I love that. And I love the way that I think these books are going to do fantastic because these are things that parents and kids can read and love
and learn a lot from.
and learn from. I love that.
Yeah, and we think that even if the faith-oriented stuff is not, winsome for some,
Yeah.
they'll love the pick. They'll love. We have 57 animal pictures.
Yes.
They'll love the Disney quotes.
But I think that mixing
Right
all
enough.
of that together is
Yeah, it's
beautiful
great.
messaging. I think that was the right way to do it. If it was just one or the other, it wouldn't be the same. But putting
Yeah,
them both in the
exactly.
picture, I think you guys have come up with something really
Well,
fantastic.
and
Yeah,
it's-
and the fears that we mentioned, the worries are very kid specific.
Love it.
So you've got fears of storms, you got fears of not making friends or not having any friends.
Yes.
You remember some of the title chapters?
No.
Not me neither.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
I
already.
remember.
There were 50 of them. There's too many.
I
Yeah.
do
Yes.
remember one I do remember one on day 4. What is fear?
What is fear?
What is fear?
And we mentioned is ever seen a movie Inside Out?
oh, it's a great movie. Yes.
I've seen it.
And
There's
because
different emotions.
Yeah.
Yes.
because I've been watching that. I've been watching that last night. Is joy, sadness, fear, disgust, and anger. And we mentioned
Yeah.
that for me, I relate to fear because when I said before,
We need GPS.
I'll be scared of storms like
Yep. Like Gigi.
like Gigi was.
Like Gigi. Yep.
Yep.
Yes, but you were
Yeah.
able to overcome those fears, and you were able
Yeah.
to come out even stronger.
Yes, we had a
Yeah.
big tornado
Yeah.
the other night, and she did so good. I mean, we
Yeah,
were in the
actually
basement.
had tornadoes.
Yep, we
in our
were
neighborhood.
where we were supposed to be.
She asked me
You
to
have
go
a
to the
tornado?
basement.
We did have a tornado the other
Yeah,
night.
they touched down in our hometown the other
And
day.
normally that doesn't happen where we live, but yeah, it was crazy.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially in February.
She asked me to go to the basement.
I told
Yes.
you. Yeah, I told
But
you
you
to go to the
faced your
basement.
fears really well.
And
Yeah.
she did really well this time.
Yeah.
It's taken a
I
while.
did.
Yep. Proud of you.
But yeah,
I'm
David,
Afraid
I have a
a little bit,
question.
now
what's
I'm
your
not,
question?
so.
What's
I
your
have a
question?
question. Is it like a tornado watch or is it a tornado warning?
It was a warning.
It was
No,
It touched down. There was a
tornado watch.
there were tornadoes.
yes, it hit the ground.
I don't think I've ever heard of a tornado touching down near Chicago.
I know. It was
It's rare.
very rare. Very
Especially in Barrington too. It's close enough to the city
It's,
where you have the
tornado
lake, so
watch,
it doesn't
actually.
necessarily happen as often.
rare. Yep.
But yeah, it did. There
It's-
was some serious damage that was done. in
It's
some
not a
places.
warning. It's tornado watch.
It was a
That's-
watch. Yes.
It was a watch. I
Yep,
get
not a
them
warning.
mixed. I get them mixed
Warning.
up.
Yes, she was
Yeah.
right.
For me, I like watch better than warning because watch
Yes.
watch is not serious.
Yeah,
But warning
it is.
super intense.
Super
Yeah.
intense.
Super
Oh, so I
intense. You
wasn't-
better go
Yeah.
hide.
Yeah, I know.
All
I'm,
right.
I'm
Good.
totally
Super
there
intense.
with you.
All right, Gigi has a couple questions for you if that's
And
okay.
some of them might have been
Okay,
answered
sure.
already, so make sure that
All
you
right,
ask the
let's
right ones.
see.
Oh.
I would do that one.
Okay. Andrew, what kind of things do you like to do in your free time?
What do you like doing in your free time?
Free time, well, for sure, I've been watching a lot of TV in the past couple of days.
TV.
Okay,
Love
and
TV.
also, well, like I said earlier,
We
CIU
go to CIU, my college.
Yep.
and
What do we do every day? You and me.
every day,
Every day.
Well, around afternoon-ish, between 3 and 4, we usually go to swim in our gym, but the water's cold.
Yeah.
So we just moved from that gym to another gym is
It's getting a little bit of warmer.
Nice.
a bit warmer is in Lexington.
We swim a quarter of a mile laps every day.
Excellent. That's
That's a
fantastic.
great full body workout to do. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep, it's good. It's a great workout.
Really
And
good workout.
sometimes
I like
and
swimming.
sometimes on Fridays, tomorrow we might swim and also we always eat our dinner. Probably my favorite restaurant to go to is Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, Chick-fil-A. Ah.
Can't go wrong there.
So wait, when you play
Nope.
tennis, do you ever play your dad in tennis?
Actually, more than just my dad because we have 3 friends. It's actually what Andy's family is.
Coach Andy's.
It's my friend Austin Andy.
Austin Andy's.
His dad is a coach, Dave Andy's, and also his mom, Catherine Andy's.
Oh,
5 years ago, Andrew and I won the
Doubles.
the doubles tournament in Hilton Head.
all right. There you
So that was a
go.
lot of fun. And then Andrew was so excited, he poured water on my head. Didn't you?
That's what you get when you're a
Hey,
winner. See
That's
that?
awesome.
That's
you guys
it.
are teammates in more than just in being authors. You guys are teammates in tennis as well. That's so
Yes.
cool.
That's
and
right.
just in life.
All right, go ahead, Gigi.
If you had one message to the world, what would it be?
If you had one
If you had
message,
one
to
message to the world, what would it be?
What's them?
If you had
If,
one,
if there's one thing you could say to encourage people, what would you say?
Just be fearless and brave.
Be fearless and brave.
Woo! Very good.
everything that you do.
Nice. What about you,
That's
David?
good. I like that.
One message to the world.
Uh,
What would it be?
Love God and love people.
Love it.
Every day.
Done.
Make an impact. Make an impact one person at a time.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah, Gigi's
It's a
right.
great
Mike.
message every
Gigi
single
says
day.
that was a drop the mic answer.
Sorry.
No,
what
it's
would,
not- it's right on.
does Gigi have a message to the world?
What is your message?
What is your message to the
Generation
world,
G,
Gigi?
probably?
My message to the world is love, hope, and be Justin G.
Be Generation G. So Generation G is a social campaign that we have. Be generous. Oh, you say it. What's Generation G?
Be accepting, be generous, and be kind.
Be
Yes.
accepting, be generous, and be kind. And
To
it's
everyone.
it's yes, it's a social campaign that we do. You draw a heart in your hand, you put a G in it, and you post it on social media, and you take the Generation G pledge for acceptance. Right?
Okay.
Yes.
And do you know the next generation is called Gen Alpha Honey
Honey
Badger?
Badger.
Oh, there it
Yeah.
is.
We're gonna have to
That's
add
perfect.
Gen
that in
Alpha
too.
Honey Badger.
That's
Yes,
what. That's
everyone's-
what.
We
Everyone's
learned
gotta
that
be
from
fearless.
Andrew's big
Yeah,
sister
yeah,
Rachel.
yeah. That's
Ah.
what my sister just said.
I
love
like it.
that.
Alpha
Yeah.
Honey Badger. That works.
You gotta do.
Yeah.
You gotta be fearless.
Yes. All right. So one more thing here. Our podcast is called A Little Something Extra. Andrew,
Okay.
what do you think is your a little something extra? What drives you to be the person you are?
Say again.
What drives you to be the person you are? What
What
gets
motivates
you
you?
excited?
Well, I'm gonna tell my first book
Yep.
being published, you know.
Yep.
Yep.
And I can have it in my hands,
Yep.
hopefully,
Yep.
and then this one be next year about.
I'd
Yeah.
say
Our publisher said that he had never had a special needs author, and when I pitched the idea, he said, "Let's do it.
Let's do it. So your something extra is showing the world the potential that individuals with Down syndrome have by writing a book. I'd say that's your
And-
something extra,
and tell
inspiring
them that you
people.
And he said to me, "I can do anything that anyone does. I can do anything that anyone does except drive a car."
Uh-huh.
Yep.
There you go.
Extra, we are about it.
Extra
David, what do you think
I
is your
love it,
something
brother.
extra?
I think my something extra is teaching people to love God and follow Jesus and impacting people. I mean, we're here to impact people.
Absolutely.
Yes. Hey, it's a great one to have. We need more of it now than ever.
Yes. And more people like you that are out there not only talking about it, but living it. I mean, you're teaching it. You're teaching it to our youth, the most important people that need to hear this now. I mean, do you know when you're talking about noise, think about the noise that they're hearing right now. Think about that constant noise on social media.
And constantly just coming from the world.
Some positive, some
They
not
need
positive, more not
more
positive,
negative than anything.
and more about gratification. Like you have to do something nice to be able to post it or to be gratified for it. You know what I mean? They need to learn to, to see through that noise. And I'm so grateful to have somebody like you that's teaching them that. So thank you. That means everything to us. We need that. We need that in life, and we need people like you, David. So
Well, and thank you for what you guys are doing. You guys are making incredible influence.
oh my goodness. Well, thank you. Yeah, as we always say, there's a higher power guiding Gigi's Playhouse. We're all just sitting in the driver's seat going, where are we going today, right?
Yep.
Next week Charleston, then we're going to Vegas, then we're going to Simi Valley. We never know where we're going next.
Poland.
But we are
We're
going
ready for
to
the ride, though.
Yeah,
Take us on
we
that
are here
journey.
to just try to make this world a better place and to open up people's eyes about the amazing potential in individuals with Down syndrome. And that, contrary to the termination rates and everything else, countries trying to eradicate our kids, that they are here with a purpose. They were sent here to
Amen.
teach and to love, and they deserve a chance. So I appreciate what you're doing. You're out there really, really preaching it, and that's
And Andrew,
that's
you're
everything.
showing it.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes.
You're going out there showing what people with Down syndrome can accomplish.
Yeah,
You're
so
an
we're
incredible
proud of you
man.
guys. And Gigi does some tips. So if you guys don't mind, she's going to give us a
Gigi.
couple tips right here, right? Gigi, you want to do some tips?
All right, bring it on, Gigi.
What do you got, girl?
Do you say tips?
I did say tips.
Tips!
Woo! Okay, here we go.
Here are my tips.
Tip number one.
Here are my tips on being a fighter.
Ooh, I'm being a fighter.
It's not going to
Be a
be
fighter.
easy.
It's not going to be easy. Okay.
You need to be strong.
You need to be strong.
To ever lose your motivation.
Don't ever lose your motivation.
Don't lose your motivation like that.
Yep.
Keep positive mindset.
Yep.
Yep.
Celebrate milestones.
Celebrate milestones.
Milestones. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Never stop believing.
Woo!
Never stop
I
believing.
like it.
Don't stop.
Up.
Believe it.
Believe
Woo!
there's a movie of you probably never heard of it, is Bedtime Stories.
Bedtime Stories with Adam Sandler.
Oh, we've heard of it.
We've heard of it.
That's
We've
for
watched
sure.
it, brother. We've seen that one.
What do you think of those tips, Andrew? Don't stop believing.
Yep.
I think that's a good way to finish it off, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, when I had GPS 2 summers ago, I was really a fighter.
Yeah, you were a fighter.
You really were.
Yes.
I know.
Well, that's why we did those tips, because we heard about your fight and we heard how you overcame that fight. And look at you today. We're so proud of you and so blessed to have you on our podcast. So thank you guys so much. I hope to see you at the opening of Gigi's Playhouse. Charleston, it looks like it's opening. We're going this weekend for a big event to raise the funds to open it, but it looks like it's going to open in the fall, like September, October. So we'll keep you guys posted, and
Please
can't wait
do.
for your
If
book.
Franco can send us, if he can send us an email when you're opening, we'll try to get down there.
Oh,
we're
that'd
also
be
going to
great.
we're also flying into Vegas in May.
Oh,
On our way,
awesome.
we're gonna do some traveling through the 5 national parks.
Oh,
very
very
cool.
cool.
I'm jealous of that one.
Oh,
that's
he's
a,
always
that's a
wanted
trip
to
that
do.
I've always wanted
You just
to
hit
do.
his bucket list right there.
Yeah.
Well, you've got time. You got time.
Yeah, because
Yes, I'll be there.
because we need for that trip, whatever he said. I want to do sleeping.
To sleep in,
Oh yeah,
I want some breakfast, nice dinner,
breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
shower,
love
watch
it.
TV, and take notes on my laptop.
and
Oh, man.
hiking.
Yes, that's gonna be a trip.
We're going to see the Grand Canyon.
And also
Oh, so
check
cool.
out most outlast animals.
What are you going to say when you get to the Grand Canyon?
And I say, wow, what a hole.
That's a hole.
It's actually in a movie of Home Alone 2.
Home Alone 2. Wow, that's a hole.
Wow, that's a hole.
Oh my goodness!
I love it.
Well, I can't wait to read the
Great.
book and hear both of your messages, guys.
Yes.
It was awesome talking to you, and I look forward to meeting you this year later on.
Yes.
Yes,
thank you
and
guys
we'll
for
send
joining
when
us.
our book comes out. We'll send you some copies.
Absolutely, we would love that. All right,
Awesome.
thank you
so
guys.
much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Soon.
Everybody is born with a little something extra, and sometimes they just have to find it. A little something extra is that superpower that every single one of us has inside that motivates us and drives our passion and makes us do the things that we do.
We're all on the same team. Let's think about how we can make that team as inclusive as we can.
For those of you listening to our podcast right now, you can also check out our video podcast at alittlesomethingextrapodcast.org.